Hey everyone, Heartless here, bringing you guys another StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void daily match. Today it's going to be a good one. We have a Protoss vs Zerg on Orbital Shipyard. So spawning in the top right hand corner plane is our blue Zerg. It is Barcode, because I don't know who this is. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner plane is our red Protoss. It is State. This, I know it says Barcode, but this was uploaded by State. And this was uploaded to lotv.spawningtool.com, a fantastic and wonderful website. Go check them out. They have a lot of wonderful tools to help players being able to understand build orders, being able to figure out timing, see how often certain builds are being done in certain matchups, what kind of builds work in certain matchups. Anyway, fantastic reference for all of you players who are wanting to get better out there. Wonderful website. Go check it out. All right, looks like our Protoss player is electing to be going for a Nexus first. Yep, and then we should be seeing a Gateway here in just a minute. As for our Zerg player, he decided to go for Hatch first. Interesting position to not take it at the natural pocket expansion, taking it out at the third. Maybe possibly going to be seeing a 3 hatch before pool. No, it is just going to be hatch gas, and then there's the pool. So hatch gas pool. We'll probably see the third base coming down here in just a little bit. Sometimes you don't want to take it too early, because then you don't have enough units to get out in case early aggression comes. So it is always nice to make sure you're able to at least get maybe a couple queens out, a few zerglings and stuff, just by the time that pressure would be coming by. Alright, and as for State, looks like, yeah, the standard double gateway opening, we see this quite often. This is quite possibly one of the most standard openings in PvZ for a Protoss, is either gateway expand into second gateway, or Nexus first into double gateway, and then cybernetics core, in which case that's right there. So, like I said, very standard openings from both players, actually, and we should be seeing the worker count dwindle on this. Yep, he pulls, our Barcode player pulls them off just in time, the extra workers in time to be able to get that metabolic boost. So we will be seeing speedlings out here in a little bit. Still not having taken the expansion. Definitely going to be playing it safe. Going to try and have a couple queens out, a couple batches of lings before that expansion is fully up and running, which is going to go down now. And honestly, he should be able to have enough to shoo away any possible adept production or adept harass. An interesting decision by State to have gotten that zealot out first. A lot of times Protoss players will actually delay that zealot in order to be able to possibly get a quicker third. They'll typically get double adept or double stalkers. It kind of varies between player to player. More often than not, we see double adepts out of the gateways. And so, interesting decision to go with a zealot first. I like that decision. Pretty good. And the choice of tech for State is going to be a Stargate. I like this decision. Stargate's a fantastic play. Against Zerg, Phoenixes or Oracles, and heck, even if you go into Tempest, all those units are so good against Zerg. However, most Zergs out there realize that there can be very many forms of cheeky shenanigans in the form of early Oracles or whatnot. So I would not be surprised to see our Barcode player put down a couple Spore Callers here in just a minute once this third base finishes. Pretty much in Protoss vs Zerg now, there's really no excuse to not get those Spore Callers anymore, because they offer so many different things that help out with defense. So being able to shut down Oracles, being able to shut down, to a certain degree, Warp Prism harass if the Warp Prism comes within range of it, being able to offer detection against DTs, there really isn't much reason to not get them anymore. Especially with how fast the tech can come out from Protoss players nowadays. Alright, so it looks like it is going to be Phoenix coming out, Phoenix production, and we should be seeing these Overlords cleared out. And, ooh, interesting decision from our Barcode player to be going for a Baneling nest. This is not something that you see all too often at this early. Well, I guess I have to take that back. You actually do see this from time to time. Okay, I'm not horribly surprised. Anyway. Let's see what we got here. So, yeah, the Phoenix are coming over. Still going to keep clearing out these Overlords. Layer is going down as well. Here comes the the second Spore Caller, I should say. First one's already up. No, that's actually the last Spore Caller. My bad. All right. A couple things are going to be poking on in here. See what kind of scouting information they can get. And is it going to be much? Probably not a whole lot. Did they actually see the third base? No, they didn't. They did not. And the Adepts are coming in here. They're going to start getting to work. They're going to get a couple good drone kills. I think that's 4 drone kills now. Along with these Phoenix, this is some pretty nice harass from State. I like this. This is great. But he's got to keep these Adepts alive. These Adepts are so important to be able to hold on to and keep alive, because if you lose them, you can lose to some form of counter aggression. But is he going to be able to get a... Yes, he gets a queen as well. The psionic transfer finishes. The Adepts are going to come in here into the main. They're going to get cleaned up. Was it worth it? Let's take a look at what happened with this harass. He lost... Wait, the Adepts haven't died yet. Where did they go? Oh, wait, no, I hit the wrong tab. He lost 6 Adepts, and he got 14 Zergling kills. Not probes or drones. 14 Zergling kills and 11 drones. I think that's worth it. It could have been better, but I think that was, for the most part, worth it. And Photon Overcharge should be able to help clean up most of these Zerglings over here. Yeah, these Zerglings are getting cleaned up pretty good. I think if he was going to actually commit to taking that pylon out, he should have brought all of them in. But he didn't, and that's okay. So, right now, pretty much even. I would consider State a little bit more ahead in terms of army, but a little bit less behind in terms of... Actually, pretty much even in terms of economy. Right now, the game's pretty much even. However, our Barcode player has elected to go for his 4th base, so we'll see how that ends up being, working for him in the long run. And let's take a look at the middle tier tech that they're deciding to go with. It looks like we have a Hydralisk Den already out, and that would make sense considering how there's a lot of Phoenix out on the map. Typically, when you go Phoenix, you do force your Zerg opponent to go into something Hydra base, so possibly maybe even Lurkers in the future. And we should be having on the side of the Protoss, we have +1 weapons on the way out with Immortal production, and it's going to be double Robo Facility on the way out, and also Zealot leg enhancements with a lot more gateways. When you force your opponent to go Hydralisks or something Hydralisk based because of your Phoenix, it's typically a good idea to be able to get some type of unit that has a form of splash damage, because Hydras are pretty squishy. They are quite squishy. And so I think I'd like to see State maybe get a couple, throw down a Robo Bay and get a couple disruptors out, or possibly get Storm. He is going to get a War Prism out too. And he's got, okay, so he's got the Templar Archives on the way as well. This might be what he's going for. So Storm would be fantastic with this army against this amount of Hydras. But it is going to be Lurkers too. So this is going to be really important for these Immortals. Where did they go? There they are. These Immortals to stay alive, because they do tank a lot of really good damage against those Lurkers. In this case, I think I'd like to see Disruptors in with this army. I think Disruptors would be a very great addition to this force that State has. Alright, +2 weapons on the way down. Zealot leg enhancements finish, but it is not going to be for Storm that he's getting the Templar. It is going to be for Archons. Not too much of a surprise there either, though. Archons are very good. So much tankiness with their... excuse me. With their heavy shields. Alright, these... I'd like to see... Okay, yeah, here's where the Warp Prism is. And we'll probably be seeing a drop here in the natural, or possibly the side... I don't know why you drop the side of the main. We'll probably see it here in the natural. Anyway, army is going to meet out in the open field, and these... Ooh, these Lings are going to get... They're going to keep attacking the Zealot. The Zealot should be able to finish them up. Yeah, the Zealot's going to be able to finish them out. And now we have another engagement on the side, on the right side of the map, with all of those Hydralisks. And did he see those Lurkers before all of his Zealot side? I'm not sure if he did or not. Okay, so the attack's going to be coming over here onto the 4th base. At the same time, a drop in the natural. A lot of huge Zealot warping. That is a great warping. But now his army has to retreat because of the backbone of those Lurkers just doing so much damage. Doing a lot of really good damage, especially with +1 attack. The Mothership Core falls. Oh, that was a nice pickoff for our Barcode player, but it looks like he's going to lose his natural base here in just a minute, and he's actually plummeted in terms of worker count comparatively against State. State in a great economic position. I just don't know if it's going to be enough production-wise to be able to shut this down, because his army is so much smaller. This is where those disruptors would have really come into play, being able to take out a good amount of Hydralisks at the same time. The army gets pinned, and now even more lurkers are making their way on into the base of State. State is going to have a heck of a time dealing with this. 3 Archons morphing, and he's got a handful of Zealots, but I don't know what else he can do to be able to shut this down. The Phoenix are over here. They're going to be able to start doing some damage to this army, but is it going to be enough? I don't know. The Archons take the charge at the front of the army, but their shields are getting kind of low. He's got to make sure to let them live so they'll be able to help out a little bit later on. And he's got a couple of mortals in production, so if he can hold out until they come, but at the same time, that is just so many units dying. So many units are just melting as they come out, and right now our Barcode player in a fantastic position after that damage, because it did take out his natural base, and I don't know if State can be able, I don't know if he's going to be able to hold this. I think he might. The Immortals are going to pop out here in just a minute. He still has a fair amount of Phoenix, one with a good amount of energy, but there it is. Question mark, question mark. Possibly wondering if that was a good game. I'm not fully sure about that. Anyway, very well played. Huh. I think that might have been a little bit of a preemptive leaving the game, because both Immortals were about to pop, and there were only 5 excuse me. No, that's 7 roaches and 4 lurkers. Yeah, I don't know if he would have been able to hold that. I think a lot of that came down to the fact that he needed some form of splash damage, and I think disruptors would have been the answer to that. Anyway, that's all right. That was a really good match from both of our players. Very strong attack by our Barcode player, even with losing that entire natural base and having a very much weaker economy. Very well played. Great match. Very valiant attempt hold by State. I hope you guys enjoyed this match. If you did, please remember to hit that subscribe button down below. Please remember to follow me on Facebook, Twitch, and on Twitter. Also, please remember to go check out EnochProductions.com. And lastly, go check out lotv.spawningtool.com again. That is where this match today comes from. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.